Hi everybody and welcome to another edition of NJPW Extra. I'm Chris Charlton here in the NJPW Event Center where G1 Climax 32 is well underway, as is a scorching hot summer for New Japan Pro Wrestling in the United States as well. And we've got a fantastic free match for you here this week as the forces of Bullet Club take on a team headed up by Tomohiro Ishii from Philadelphia. That's still to come, but first, let's take a look at what's been happening around the world in New Japan Pro Wrestling this week. Starting in the US this week, where all eyes will be on Nashville, Tennessee for Music City Mayhem, a stacked event coming to the Nashville Fairgrounds and headlined by a wild affair as El Desperado will face Jon Moxley in a no DQ war. Former partners and best friends Kushida and Alex Shelley will collide. Hiromu Takahashi will take on Blake Christian one-on-one for the first time. Fred Rosser will make his first defense of the Strong Openweight Championship against Big Damo. FTR will be in six-man tag team action and much more. Don't dare miss it. NJPW Strong this week was marked by a huge upset in the semi-finals of the Strong Openweight Tag Team Championship Tournament as Yuya Uemura and Christopher Daniels surprised TMDK to advance to the finals in Charlotte, North Carolina. TMDK started fast on Uemura. A blooded Uemura struggled to reach his corner, but after reversing a suplex finally tagged the veteran Daniels in. Angel's Wings was denied and Daniels received a tank buster but managed to kick out two. And as Uemura came back inside, it looked like curtains for the young man until Daniels was able to defuse the Thunder Valley, and then a sudden Frankensteiner out of nowhere granted victory to Yuya Uemura, and he and Daniels will face either Aussie Open or the Stray Dog Army in a battle to become NJPW Strong's first tag team champions. It was the 100th episode of NJPW Strong this week, and to celebrate the brand's growing history, a historic figure made his Strong debut in six-man action. The legendary Negro Casas teaming up with Adrian Quest and Lucas Riley to take on Rocky Romero, David Finlay, and Mascara Dorada. Dorada had history with Negro Casas, as does Finlay, going back to his father's prime in the ring, but it was Rocky Romero picking up the victory. As the match broke down, Dorada dove onto Casas, allowing Rocky to progress to victory unimpeded, landing the sliced Rocky to get through. The night started with the debut of Jordan Cruz taking on JR Kratos, an unenviable task indeed, as Cruz did his best, but was effortlessly thrown around by the most feared, who is continuing a campaign to take on the currently injured Alex Coughlin in singles action. Over in Japan, and G1 Climax 32 kicked off this week with big winners and big matches in Sapporo and Sendai. The first main event of the tournament saw Kazuchika Okada take the first 2 points of A block as he defeated Jeff Cobb in an epic clash that thrilled Hokkai to yell, and Okada was soon joined at the top of the table by Toriano and Bad Luck Fale, both men rather more inventive in their approaches in scoring count-out victories to get to the top of the table. In B block opening weekend saw Jay White get past Sanada for his 2 points as Taichi defeated Tomohiro Ishii, while Sendai saw Tamatonga pin Chaser Owens to join the mix at the top of B block. Over in C, and one of the big shocks of the tournament so far was Aaron Henare defeating his former mentor Hiroshi Tanahashi, landing Streets of Rage to head straight to the top of the table, where he was joined by Zack Sabre Jr., who beat his own former senpai in Kenta. Hiroki Goto would defeat Tetsuya Naito in an emotional victory to join those two at the top of C, while in D block, fortunes were mixed for Bullet Club. El Fantasma suffering a momentary lapse in concentration that allowed Will Ospreay to capitalize and pick up the first 2 points, but Juice Robinson and Yujiro Takahashi fared better, Juice getting a convincing win over Shingo Takagi, and Yujiro playing fast and loose with the rules to get 2 points over David Finlay. The action continued this weekend in Ota. Those events in the archives in English on njpwworld.com. And action rolls on this week in Korakuen Hall and Aichi. David Finlay taking on former partner Juice Robinson. Tomohiro Ishii will be in what will be a hard-hitting war with Tamatonga. Hiroshi Tanahashi battling old foe Zack Sabre Jr. And former teammates turned bitter enemies Tetsuya Naito facing Evil in a brace of thrilling main events. Live in English on NJPW World. It's been a great start to G1 Climax 32, running all the way through mid-August with every moment live in English on njpwworld.com. But there's great live action in the US as well. Of course, July 30th, Music City Mayhem next week in Nashville, Tennessee. Be a part of it, whether you're at home watching on pay-per-view or whether you've got a ticket for that massive event, part of StarCast Weekend, and some great meet and greets coming up as well. Then we're going to head back to the Vermont Hollywood for Fighting Spirit Unleashed 2022. Mystico coming over from CMLL and joining a stacked lineup with Tom Lawler, Alex Zane, Jay White, and many more. You're going to want to be a part of that, as well as our debut in Las Vegas. NJPW Strong is heading to Sam's Town Live for Autumn Attack September the 11th. Tickets are on sale now. njpw1972.com for more information. Alright, let's take you to our great free match this week. It was Philadelphia, and it was the first time that Rock Hard Juice Robinson teamed up with Switchblade Jay Wright since Robinson joined Bullet Club, with both of them getting off to a great start in G1 Climax 32 action with wins in their opening matches. Let's take a look back to the first time they teamed together in a long time, along with the Good Brothers, against a force headed up by Tomohiro Ishii. A fantastic, wild affair in the 2300 arena with Ian Riccoboni and Matt Raybold at ringside. Let's head there now.
The Taku 22 that Jay White returned to Japan and consolidated the Bullet Club once again, making them, in my opinion, more powerful than they've been in a long time.
Certainly did. And tomorrow, Dominion, Jay White will challenge for the IWGP Heavyweight title against Kazuchika Okada, the World Heavyweight Championship, in a match 3 years in the making. Hasn't taken place since Madison Square Garden, the G1 Supercard in 2019.
The Madison Square Garden show that Jay White will continually tell you he sold out. MSG, baby. But they are going to have, on their way to that matchup, Bullet Club is going to have their work cut out for them.
It's funny because he overlooks guys like Ishii, who were there at Madison Square Garden, Minoru Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr., Hiroshi Tanahashi, Honor No More's Matt Taven, and Jay Lethal, who competed for the Ring of Honor World title. He overlooks all those, just takes all the credit.
But at the end of the day, he believes it. And that's almost just as important.
And look at this, a unified entrance. You see Ren Narita making his way first. Mascara Dorado on the right, Chuck Taylor with the Chaos Towel, Rocky Romero, and the Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii, the king of the never open weight division. Most reigns, most days as champion.
Formidable force here for the Bullet Club.
Homecoming for Chuck E. T. not afraid of any member of Bullet Club.
I want to point something out. And I mean, if he ever asks, I never said this. But it's fascinating. Tomohiro Ishii might just be, simply by stature, the shortest man in this match.
Yes.
But undoubtedly, that has no effect on his ability to intimidate and beat you up. Like, it's just wild. He has this presence about him that no matter the height difference he might have, especially with people like a Hikuleo or a Doc Gallows, he will take the fight to them like the pit bull that he is.
Chucky T, who cut his teeth in Chikara Pro Wrestling in this building. What a thrill it is for him to be in the main event here in New Japan. We're going to start things off with Mascara Dorada and Machine Gun Carl Anderson, who's done it all in New Japan as a single competitor and former IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion with Doc Gallows.
Of course, like we mentioned earlier in the matchup before the match started, all that time when the Bullet Club kind of re-established themselves, it was Carl Anderson who took another shot at Tama Tonga. A lot of bad blood still left over there as Mascara Dorada showing off that athleticism.
And it's interesting between Anderson and Tama Tonga, the founders, two of the founders of the Bullet Club.
A lot of history.
Yeah, really.
Almost like brothers.
Yeah, separating at the seams. There's a sling blade from the back into a bulldog, and the king of the ropes, Mascara Dorada. Drop kick sends Anderson down. And you're no stranger to Anderson from Impact. The Good Brothers have been dominating while they're in tag team competition.
Absolutely. Scrapping up with the likes of Honor No More and the Briscoes. They compete all over the world. Meanwhile, Mascara Dorada has got his own issues currently on the other side of the ocean. It was when you and me saw him compete against TJP in St. Pete. And TJP took the mask of Mascara Dorada, took it over with him to the Best of the Super Juniors tournament, displaying it on for anybody who will listen to him talk some trash about Dorada.
Oh, and there's a tag made. Carl Anderson and Ishii have a lot of history with one another. But we're going to see Doc Gallows here.
And what did I tell you about? No matter the height difference, no matter what, Ishii stepped right up to Big LG.
And in fact, Anderson and Ishii had been tag team partners in the past as Great Bash heel, but Ishii delivers a shot off the ropes. Doc Gallows, nobody moves. Ishii, nobody moves. Oh, those big thrusts from Gallows. And nobody home, sticking and moving is Ishii.
Oh boy, oh God, Ishii looking for that brainbuster early, potentially.
Yeah, looking to end it here. Has him up. And it's Gallows. Sends him down.
It's a long way down for the Stone Pitbull. And the new IWGP United States Champion, Mr.
Rock hard.
Yeah, okay, I was getting to it.
Well, oh God.
Calls himself the booster for Bullet Club. Oh, as Ishii fires right up to the U.S. champ.
And Ishii, forearm chop combination. See an Irish whip to the corner, Juice counters here.
Whoa, flattening Juice Robinson. Ishii, who recently competed for the Impact World Championship against Josh Alexander in a hell of a contest last month.
We see Ren Narita here, who has graduated from the dojo system on excursion in the United States. Gets a shot in on Jay White. Nobody home, clips the knee. It's Narita going to town here.
And Narita has this stoic intensity, these intense eyes that just look dangerous.
Snapmare takeover here on Dominion Weekend. Ooh! We'll watch that on New Japan World right here. Cover, nobody home. Oh. Rock hard. Delivering a forearm here. And these forearms exchanged. Both men came through the New Japan Dojo system. Juice Robinson choosing to start from scratch. Oh!
Well, it wasn't long ago. I remember it was Windy City Riot. I was there. Juice Robinson kind of pretty much put that out there as his last match in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Oh, we thought we thought maybe we'd seen the last of him at least for a while, and sure enough, at Dontaku shows up on the side of the Bullet Club.
It was all a ploy. It was all a long con, a mind game from Rock Hard Juice Robinson. Tag made to Jay White.
And it was on that night that he kind of set his sights on that IWGP United States Championship, attacking Tanahashi.
Delivering the chop across the chest. Jay White will challenge for the IWGP World Heavyweight title tomorrow night against Kazuchika Okada. Oh, at Dominion. For local times, check NJPWWorld.com. Oh, God. Hooks the leg. 2.
Meanwhile, can you take a look on the other side of the ring if we get a camera shot of it? There's nobody right there for Narita to tag. They've been cleared off the apron by Bullet Club.
And there you see it, all recovering
now starting to recover.
And in the inside, oh, how big are Hikuleo's hands?
They're like baseball mitts for hands.
What do you even do? I mean, I've been in the ring once, and that wasn't, you can't even count that. What do you do against a guy this big?
Well, he's just manhandling Narita right here.
God.
Slinging him into the corner. I've always wanted to say this, like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
But with Hikuleo, I mean, your best bet is to use that. The only disadvantage of the height is you can chop those legs out. If you can't stand tall, that height doesn't make much of a difference. But it's hard to do that when you're getting beaten down left and right.
And the big LG, Doc Gallows here, has Narita in a bad way. He can't even cover himself right here. Ooh. Look at these big body shots. Oh! Big thrust under the jaw, tag made. The Rock Hard Juice Robinson. It's never going to get easier to say. Never going to get easier to say. I'll call him the booster. How about that?
I think either one works. He's happy as long as somebody's talking about him. Trust me.
It's got to be a nickname he gave to himself, right? There's no one in any right mind would have given him that nickname. Is Ren Narita trying to fight back here? I digress, as former young lion, now on excursion, trying to stagger Juice Robinson. Oh.
Oh.
Look at those palms, maybe a thumb to the eye.
Ain't no maybe about it. And Juice calling out to Ishii, said, you like a brainbuster? Take a look at this. But Narita taking advantage of that distraction.
And he's got a choke on the United States champion. But Juice knows exactly where he's at. Former IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champ. He knows how to wrestle tag team matches. And Narita clearing Bullet Club.
Narita, all the fire in the world. And apparently he's something else.
Big senton there as Doc Gallows trying to chime in. Ren Narita desperately needs to make a tag.
Bullet Club not too happy with the offense. Narita was able to get out. Chucky T, hometown hero.
He may be the Kentucky gentleman, but a resident of Philadelphia for nearly 20 years now. Chucky T.
One of those great things about pro wrestling, it takes you all over the world. You might have multiple hometowns, baby, that you represent with pride, like Chuck Taylor is here tonight.
And we are a long way from the days in Chikara, where he was known as Penny Fig, Howie Dewitt, Karate Durling, Rick Beanbag, Rich Mahogany.
Sounds like a furniture ad there.
Yeah.
For much of it, but hey, multiple identities is the name of the game in professional wrestling.
Tag made, Rocky Romero, Chuck Taylor. They're the intersection of the best friends and Roppongi Vice.
And now, everybody here taking part in these signature forever clotheslines of Rocky Romero a bit.
And Rocky no love lost. Sure annoyed. But Jay White hooks the leg cover. 2. And Jay White, when he turned his back on Chaos and joined Bullet Club, Rocky was the man who was struck first. That was how Jay White shot across the bow back in 2018.
Well, that might be 4 years ago, but if you think a moment like that doesn't stick in the craw of Rocky Romero to some degree to this day, you'd be a fool.
And looking for the assisted slice bread instead. A big chop connects on Romero. Tag made of the young gun. Great continuity with White and Hikuleo as of late, whether it's Impact or here in New Japan Strong.
And Jay White, the almost twisted tactical genius of Jay White, leading Bullet Club. He's the thinking man's wrestler for sure.
Going home, Rocky Romero. And Romero off the ropes. Hurricanrana for Juice Robinson all the way around the world.
Now Anderson looking to get his piece.
Pop up.
Whoa.
Hurricanrana for Anderson. You get a Hurricanrana, and you get a Hurricanrana.
He's the Oprah Winfrey of the junior heavyweight division.
Romero.
He's giving him out everywhere.
2
Now,
ever, 3 ever, 4 ever.
And he's not done yet.
6 ever,
7.
7.
Come on, you got to give it a nice even number, lining it up.
Oh, God. Sends his head in the second row, and Bullet Club dispatches Chaos, Dorada, and Narita. Rocky in a bad way here.
Now left alone in the hands of Bullet Club.
Oh, wow.
And a cannonball from Rock Hard himself.
Gallows blasts him down. The young gun with the cover, 2, and Ren Narita breaking things up.
And thank goodness for Ren Narita. I can't imagine Rocky Romero would have been able to kick out of that barrage of offenses. Narita looks to choke the life out of the 7-foot Tongan Terror.
Stepping in inside. And Cobra Twist locked in. Jay White though breaking things up.
Wow, there's that half and half suplex.
Chucky T. Uranagi. Wow, forearm. Looking for the left hand from God. Instead it's Ishii. Anderson now unloading on Ishii.
And could we see,
Oh,
you know, the boys looking for that magic killer.
Oh, breaks it up, breaks the magic killer up.
What?
Got him.
Brain buster on Big LG.
The Tongan Terror takes up the head of the Stone Pitbull, a Mascara Dorada.
Huge drop kick takes Hikuleo off his feet, and now the king of the ropes looking to follow up.
Whoa!
Oh!
4-for-1 special on the outside. Rocky and Hikuleo, we saw these two clash at Capital Collision.
All the chaos is broken down to this.
Oh, looking for Shiranui in the corner. Shiranui.
Oh, Hikuleo catching Rocky. Who turns it? Oh!
It's a cradle. 1, 2. Wow.
Within 1 millisecond.
Those gigantic legs are a blessing and a curse. They'll help you power through, but they can get locked up with a man who knows how to use them like Rocky.
Oh!
Bus Sawyer style slam.
And immediately the Goozle to Romero looking for that choke slam.
Oh, takes the ladder to the top floor. It's sent all the way down to the basement. Hooks the leg. 2. Hikuleo gets the pinfall. Well, with just hours away until Dominion, Bullet Club picking up a major victory. Oh, come on.
Oh, Ishii taking exception to that.
As he should. And Anderson just getting Romero out of the way. And it could be a very big night very soon for Bullet Club. Jay White will challenge for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Kazuchika Okada, a match 3 years in the making. And fans, with the time difference, I want to note that that is probably coming up very shortly. Check NJPWworld.com. Oh God, Ishii trying to get in the mix here.
Ishii ever defiant, not going to go down without a fight.
And Dorada, he's sent out. Ishii being mounted by Juice Robinson.
Oh, and Jay White looking to send an exclamation point.
And this is what Okada could see, the Blade Runner And the Chaos Kingpin, Kazuchika Okada, may have just witnessed his fate on June the 12th with the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Will Bullet Club reign supreme at Dominion? Stay with us to find out. NJPWWorld.com is your place to watch it. Kevin Kelly, Chris Charlton will be on the call. We hope you join us in Japan in just a few short hours.
A hot way to end up another hot edition of NJPW Extra. We'll be back with all the G1 Climax news as well as more great action next week. Until then, go kigenyo, sayonara.